Okay, would someone just be able to confirm? Oh, okay, I see the live stream here. Cool. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We are joined by Adina from Ex Libris for linked data library. Oh goodness, let me close my window. Sorry about that. This is linked data library ecosystem powered by AI. Adina is a product manager for linked data at Ex Libris, which is part of Claravit, with a background in statistics and big data. Her focus is to bring linked data into the library ecosystem with Ex Libris products, which you will hear more about today. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn it over to Adina. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Sorry, just give me a second here. Now you see my screen okay?
Yes, thank you.
Great, thank you. So welcome everybody. Thank you to LV4 for allowing us to participate in this conference. I'm Adina Marciano, as mentioned before. I'm a new product manager at Ex Libris, focused solely on linked data, and I'm here to share with you what we're doing in Alma and in Primo that has to do with linked data. So we're going to talk a little bit about what linked data is for libraries, about the metadata flow in future ecosystems. A lot of this I'm sure you guys already know. We will talk also about the Ex Libris roadmap, what we've already, what is already available, and what is planned for the next year, together with our focus group, which is with the goal of bringing linked data into production. And we'll talk also about Primo and Discovery and the connections to linked data, and a bit about the future of linked data and AI and where they meet. So library goals are still the same as they've been for hundreds of years. The goal of the library is to help readers access and connect to the correct information they're looking for. This goal hasn't changed and won't change. So in the future, the whole point of linked data is to allow libraries to serve this purpose with better technology and on a better scale. So library bibliographic data is built upon a solid infrastructure of authoritative names and subjects. It's reliable, consistent, and clean, thanks to the use of these regulated standards and the hard work that's been done throughout the years. But it's encased in a data format, whether MARC or other formats, that is not easily understood or deployed by non-library professionals. I'm new to this world, and for me to understand the MARC records, I'm sure you guys have heard this before, it's not easy, it's complicated. And not only that, it's hard for computers to understand. So linked data allows a person or a machine to explore this metadata and allows easy to find, reliable, shareable information that is distributed across the web. The information does not need to be held within your own database. Some of the information can be on your database, it can be in a different institution's database, it can be online, it can be in any of these locations, and the linked data will allow us to share this information and allow a better and complete discovery experience with the ability to answer more complex questions. In the previous session, Jeff also talked about this a bit, and I think it's very important to understand that essentially the goal of the linked data isn't just only cataloging in a way for a machine to understand it, but it's what we do with it afterwards. Afterwards, we are able to create more complex queries, whether it's, for example, if I want to know about all the books that were written by people whose parents lived in a certain city before that was under siege, and how that and that, because I want to research how it will affect these writers' books. I can't do that with the information I have today, but I can do that if I'm working in linked data because I can create these connections. So what are the main benefits that we see for linked data? We have efficient cataloging. We can create higher accurate cataloging with less manual work. And later on, I will talk about how AI can help with that. We have the ability to create relationships more easy, and it will allow catalogers to focus on special collections and unique materials as opposed to recataloging the same information. In addition, we have the ability for better discoverability, which I mentioned before. We can display enrichments, more straightforward navigations and accuracy, and enabling sophisticated queries, making it quicker to find what you want with a graph representation. And of course, we cannot go on without talking about global interoperability. You're opening up your information to silos outside the library system for research or internet searches or Google or anything like that. The idea here is to take the good, high quality metadata that is held within libraries and enrich the digital world with it, and not just keeping it within the library ecosystem. And again, another aspect that's very important for global interoperability is supporting multilingual cataloging. Jeff spoke about this before, but I can say it as well. It's important no matter which system you're working with. It's the ability to support languages that are all represented by the same URI, the same entity, and that way you can translate and catalog multilingual systems. So what are we doing at Ex Libris? We realize that migrating completely to linked data can be a challenge. And therefore, we decided to support the ability to work with linked data side by side with all other formats. You can benefit from the linked data experience no matter what format you're using. You can take your time, migrate gradually, work in a hybrid format, and we're supporting BibFrame records alongside the MARC records in our database. You can make the gradual transition at your own pace. And I think that's a very important approach because we understand how complicated taking your long big data systems and transferring them to a new format. So what already exists in our systems today? We already invested and created functionalities that allow customers to start and add capabilities based on linked data. Okay, we already support linked data formats in our API endpoints, and we have the ability to publish your MARC records as BibFrame. We also have the ability to view your MARC records as BibFrame formats on the fly inside the metadata editor. And we also have the ability to enrich MARC records, whether it's with our UNRI enrichments in our metadata editor and through our cloud and Alma Refine, our cloud apps, Alma Refine, which I will talk about shortly. So our discovery supports records enrichment and recommendations based on names or subjects from authorities. And it's also easy to find recommendations and citations, reviews on specific chapters from books, and these other connections are already created. This is already available within Primo. In addition, we also allow interoperability of our discovery information by converting it to schema.org and making it accessible through Google with the search engine optimization. So a little bit about Alma Refine. Alma Refine is a cloud app which is available on Alma that allows you to enrich MARC records with linked data and URIs from various sources. So basically, you can either pick a specific record or a set of records, search for any of these sources, whether it's Wikidata, Getty, GND, etc. You can add and enrich your records with URIs so that they exist also within your MARC records. I'm happy to say that ORCID ID will also be available as a vocabulary in our Alma Refine Cloud app starting August. All you need to do is have a registered account and configure it in an integration profile inside Alma, and you'll be able to use ORCID ID as well. We also have plans to add Homosaurus vocabulary through our Alma Refine Cloud app. If you want more information about our cloud apps, they are accessible through, you have more information on our linked data and our Ex Libris developers network. So what are we doing to move forward towards a full, complete linked data environment? We are working together with members of our community. We have a linked data focus group with some very strong institutions joining us. And our goal is to bring BibFrame into complete production by the second quarter of 2024. And we're working together on the whole process with our community. So what we want to achieve with our focus group. First of all, we have to bring out the strong infrastructure of global connectivity, which means cataloging in BibFrame format, and creating curated richness and efficient cataloging in the system and allowing institutions to focus to unique materials. In addition, the strong infrastructure will allow to improve discovery experience and simple and quicker research discovery flows, easy navigation to related information, which we will discuss shortly. So what our focus group is going to be doing, we're going to be cataloging in the open source Sinopia in linked data BibFrame formats, having the complete integration with them that will allow the records to go directly through our APIs into Alma, where you will be able to check all the different workflows and see that they're supported as BibFrame, whether it's working for fulfillment, acquisition, PO lines, managing inventory, and of course also the ability to publish the information outwards, whether it's publishing it as BibFrame or publishing it as MARC for other discovery systems. And there will be we will also be supporting BibFrame records in analytics, whether it's for the basic analytics that are available today and defining new analytics that are special for BibFrame records. It's important to say that we will also be supporting easy data access to other systems, whether it's importing data into Alma via URIs or supporting exporting Alma information, from our discovery systems with our search engine optimization. So just a little demo of what it will look like. Again, our users would be cataloging in Sinopia. As I mentioned before, we're working on an integration that will allow us to have our catalogers just send the records with a click of a button straight into Alma. They will be able to view the BibFrame records, use them, and manage the inventory, et cetera, in the library. And of course, the ability to see the information on discovery. So let's talk a little bit about linked data and discovery. As I mentioned initially, linked data is all about a better discovery experience. We are working to improve our discovery experience and enhance the search autocomplete or exploration capabilities with better recommendations based on related records. What we plan on doing in the next year is creating entities, whether persons or subjects or places, et cetera, and enriching them with external sources like Wikidata, and creating connections between these entities, the CDI, and your local catalog, thus creating this experience from all the resources you offer your users. The main idea is to extract entities and relationships between all the records and all the formats. So if you are working with MARC, we'll do all this without the need to convert to BibFrame. And if it's in a BibFrame, it's already structured for this. Our goal is to let your users and patrons have the linked data discovery experience, no matter what format you're using. So just a little understanding what it will look like. Our users will have the ability for autocomplete. If they're searching for a specific person, they'll start typing. We'll offer some autocomplete suggestions, picking what they want. And then they would basically be seeing a person page. The person page will have information about the person that, again, you can see here is taken from Wikidata. And in addition, we are creating these relationships between the different entities where you can see books that are written about the person that was searched for or books that he wrote, in addition to person-to-person relations that you can see on the bottom of the screen. So we see here how the semantic search works behind the scenes. All data is linked to each other, and users who enter a search into the discovery field will see linked information in the results. It allows for more relevant information to be passed to the users, giving them a more complete and search experience. I suggest you stay tuned for further updates on this matter, because there will be more information coming from Ex Libris on this. So a little bit about where AI meets linked data. Linked data is basically the strong infrastructure that will allow the AI to work in various ways. We have, if we're talking about automatically cataloging the information, taking information from the text and automatically cataloging it and connecting it to other information via knowledge graphs, or it can be assistance with other formats, whether it's visual information and tagging of pictures or tagging of some voice or music recordings. This is all stuff that's available to do when working with AI and linked data together. On the other hand, we have also the knowledge graph itself. So if we start building a knowledge graph manually, once we have a strong infrastructure, we're able to expand this knowledge graph using AI and creating automatic links and expanding the graph and connecting the graph to other sources. And this, of course, is a tool for smarter queries and support AI also in forms of recommendations and other tools for discovery. So if I'm going to sum up, I know I did that a bit faster than was intended, but leaves more time for questions if there's any. Things are changing in the world of libraries. They're breaking out of their boundaries. We are designing the future of libraries together with our community, and there's a lot that can already be done. If you want to talk to me, hear more about everything that's going on, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help and happy to listen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Adina. We have a question in Slack that asks, is an internal BibFrame editor within Alma on the Ex Libris development roadmap?
So currently, we're working together with Sinopia. We are considering also hosting Sinopia in Ex Libris programs. We're starting with integrating with the existing, and there are going to be certain aspects that will be available inside the MD editor for BibFrame records, but a complete end-to-end MD editor is not on the roadmap at the moment, but we're working on it.
Great, thanks so much. While we're waiting for some more questions to come in, I have to say I really love using Alma Refine in my library and testing it out. We have a question that asks, how are we going to present this data to users? We already have complaints, much of which are resolved, about book reviews because they are online, showing up more prominently, I'm assuming this is in Primo V, than the sought book.
Sorry, can you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure, so I think the question is, how will the data present to users in Primo V when there are already complaints about things like book reviews being displayed like as top results compared to the actual resource itself?
Okay, so as I showed before, we're moving towards looking at entities. So if somebody's looking for a specific person or a book, he will see information that's encompassing it in all the different sides of it. I'm sure there are things that will be updated on this matter. And if you want to contact me, I will be happy to look into it more.
Okay, great, thank you. We have, I guess it's more of a comment, but I'm happy to share that suggestion that Ex Libris should not favor BibFrame over others. Some of us are going to catalog in Sinopia using RDA and RDF since our cataloging standard is RDA. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
So we have actually a lot of thoughts on that matter, and we are looking into allowing a sort of like a hub of translating different formats. Because we understand that there's different formats, there's LC BibFrame and the European. I know that G&D is working on a different format of BibFrame and the French, and also, of course, as mentioned, RDA, RDF. We're starting with BibFrame just to bring us into production, and after that, we will be expanding it to other formats or allowing a converter to help with supporting other formats.
Okay, thanks so much. Sort of a follow-up question, and the asker recognizes it may be a can of worms, but once there is a BibFrame interface, how hard would creating an RDA RDF one be? They say they can't see why you couldn't provide both.
So I'm not saying we won't provide both. I think we're definitely looking into it. It's definitely being discussed and analyzed at the moment.
Great, thanks so much. Just waiting to see if we have any other questions. And perhaps that might be it for the questions. Last call. Okay, well, thank you so much, Adina, for your time. This was a fantastic presentation. Really looking forward to learning more about these developments. And we'll see you all in our next session. Take care.
Yeah.